Hello, I think we're streaming. Uh, yes. Right. So, I'm having an awful day, week, whatever, month or even my year, but I wanted to stream anyway. It's a bank holiday weekend, which is nice. It means I have tomorrow off as well. And that's good. More weekends should be 3 days long, I feel. It's much nicer. It's kind of springy, but then again, no. Um, it's really cold now. It's snowing in Sweden, I've been told. Yeah. Anyway, the game I'm gonna keep playing is called Cathy Rain. It's a detective, kind of nice, very atmospheric game so far. Last time, the story so far, um, in the beginning the universe was created, and this has made a lot of people very angry and has been widely regarded as a bad move. Mm. But, sorry. Anyway, in Cathy Rain, we play the role of Cathy Rain. It's a girl who her grandfather died, so she went back to her hometown for his funeral, met up with her estranged grandmother, because Kathy's mum was a bit mad and took her away a long time ago. Snooping around, turns out her grandfather ended up in a vegetative state after a weird episode. Oh, back sometime long time ago. He was in the Air Force before that. Well, so we're trying to figure out what actually happened to our granddad and what's going on in this little town we're in. So, Granddad was a flyer. Opening his secret briefcase, we find some photos and newspaper clippings. The photo contains his mates. One of them is called Charles Wade, who's now a very rich man. There's a newspaper clipping about a girl who died a long time ago. Not that long ago, she drowned herself. She was making art. So, talking to this girl's mother, there's some art dealer who bought lots of her art. And this man turns out to be Charles Wade. And yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. It might be aliens. I have no idea. This game is. I don't know if there will be aliens or whatever, but so something weird happened to Granddad in the forest at some point. He came back crazy and trying to figure out what happened. Okay? So last time we finished our first day of investigations, we spoke to the mum of the girl who drowned herself, and that was basically the end of it. And then we went home to our dorm with our mate. Well, we live with that girl. Called something. Her name escapes me. As does the Air Force Base name. This music is so nice. But yes. Last episode ended with a dream sequence about an abortion, basically. So let's see what happened. There's also a weird church in this town that some people like, some people don't. They're quite pushy. Yeah, so I think they might be involved. But we'll hopefully learn more this time. Right. This is Cathy. Well, that's Beth behind her. Pressing space reveals all their interactive objects. Let's check this note first of all.
Hi, Kat. Feel free to use my computer while I'm away. My password is AngelLove, without the quotes. If you call my friend Dave at 555-2492, he can set you up with some software.
Ooh, some software.
I'll be back in a few hours, super psyched about the investigation.
Ah, yes. Eileen is her name.
No gum on the keyboard, please. Remember the last time? Oh, please, like she actually uses the spacebar. Shit, looks like she forgot to write down the username.
Well, it's probably Eileen,
Oh well,
isn't it?
Shouldn't be too hard to guess. I think it's just some combination of her first and last name.
Right, let's investigate to find out. Oh, Hacker Dave. Like Spacker Dave in The Punisher, I suppose.
The Thing. One of my favorite horror movies.
So this is just a very nice atmospheric. The music is great. It's fully voice acted. But yes, let's check our notebook actually. Notebook. Read notebook. So there's an incident.
What really happened to you that night, Grandpa?
In 1981. Lily Myers.
Something was special about that girl.
is the girl who
just know
drowned.
it.
There's probably something in her art that someone, Charles Wade, for example, wants to cover up.
Charles Wade. I don't know. I wonder who this
Oh yeah, Cocky is
person
another of her
really
granddad's
and
friends,
why
but
he
we don't
needed
have his real
Grandpa's
name.
help so desperately.
He called to ask for help, which we have on the tape in the dictaphone. Let's listen to that.
You've reached the Rain residence.
So this is an old answering machine.
Leave a message after the beep.
Tape.
Hello, Joseph, Mrs. Rain. It's me, Charles.
This is
I
Charles
thought
Wade.
I'd give you a call. Erica just had her firstborn. It's a boy. Thankfully, he looks nothing like his father. Listen, I was thinking maybe you'd like to come and visit. And what about your little Kathy?
That's me.
Maybe she wants to see the baby. Well, anyways, I hope to see you soon.
Before we got
All the best.
estranged. The next
Bye.
message is my mum shouting at her, well, at the grandparents.
You people make me
This
sick.
one.
We're never coming back. Don't call, don't write. If you ever try to contact us, I will call the police.
And I do not know why.
Joseph, you
This
there?
is Cocky.
It's me, Cocky. It happened to me too. And I'm not going to tell any of those bastards. They got it all wrong. You're the only one I trust now. Just call me back.
I don't know
as
what
soon
this
as
is
you can.
about, but Joseph is my grandfather then, who just died, whose funeral I went to, and that's when all this started to happen, basically. Can we make the bed?
Messy. Just the way I like it.
Nah, fair enough. I never make my bed either.
Nah, I just got up.
Yeah, no sleepy. So this takes place in like the 90s. Let's check her schedule, shall we?
Eileen's schedule. There's a note for today. Help Kathy get in touch with Dave.
Fair enough. So, I have a stun gun that I haven't used. A church brochure.
It's the brochure that priest gave me at the funeral. The logo stands out, but other than that, it's just the usual church mumbo jumbo. Washing away your sins, salvation, blah blah.
So this is, yeah. it
There's
was
also an address at the bottom. You know, if I ever
Ooh.
feel like getting my god on.
That's interesting.
Good old Satan. Better get his snowmobile ready for that day.
We might need to visit that church, I feel. So this is something my granddad has on him when it was confiscated. So he got found by the police when he had an episode thing in 1981. So the church people were quite pushy. So he gave me this brochure after the funeral. This overexposed picture, we don't know what it is. Photo of soldiers.
Grandpa
is,
in uniform
yeah.
with two other men. Something is handwritten on the back. Flight training. McConnell Air Force Base, 1941.
And this is Eileen's note. A small key that we don't
It's
know.
a small key, fairly
We don't know where it goes.
looks handcrafted. Probably something she made in woodworking class. Well, either her or one of her 12 siblings.
12 siblings, Catholic, are they?
Honestly, she can believe in what she wants as long as she doesn't try to shove it down my throat.
This is a nice philosophy.
That movie's not out yet. It's a promo poster Eileen got for being an extra.
Ooh.
She tells everyone who walks in here the same joke. Spoiler alert, the boat sinks. I'm fairly
see.
sure it's about some guy who falls in love with his golden retriever.
Okay, that's illegal nowadays, even in Sweden.
I think that movie is about a girl and a boy who hate each other at first and then they fall in love for no reason at all. Oh, wait. That's every romantic comedy ever.
I like her.
We
Wait.
meet again, Mr. Bear. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault you ended up so close to my lighter.
Goodness, that's not nice.
Makeup check, hair check, horrible mood, and contempt for humanity check.
Fair enough.
Eileen's closet, filled to the brink with inherited clothes and Christian joy.
She's kind though.
I can certainly see the appeal of blindly rummaging through Eileen's clothes.
Let's check the suitcase. for
Eileen girly
initials.
suitcase.
Yeah.
There's a sticker on it with her full name, Eileen Mildred Summers.
I suspected
Mildred.
Summers.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get her for that. I wish I could wrap up that fact and save it for Christmas.
So, hello computer.
I'm no geek, but I know how to use one. A computer, that is, not a geek.
Right.
Eileen borrowed it from school. She takes a...
Oh yeah, we were going through this, weren't we? So there's something else.
I
Cocky.
wonder who this cocky person really is.
Yeah.
Something was special
And
about
Lily
that
Myers,
girl. I just know it.
the girl who drowned.
Something was special.
Let's check out the computer, shall we? Blue Pill OS. What was the password again? Summer loving? It wasn't. Sorry. My memory. I haven't slept very well the last few days. Or at all.
Hi, Cat. My password is Angel Love. If you call him
Angel
Super,
Love.
that
Angel Love. Let's type that in first. Invalid username, yeah. Eileen. EM Summers. E Summers. Was it Summers? Yes. E Summers. Good. Sorry, I've done this before. Not this game, but hacking into compute. Let's not go there. Right. So we got a scanner in an empty floppy drive. Empty. It's empty scanner. Okay. Great. Oh, I wonder if there's. I need to call Dave, don't I? To hook me up with some software. But I'm thinking I might be able to
it's some
place.
advanced scanner thingy.
I
It
might
can
be able
scan
to place
pictures,
the
tapes, all sorts of
overexposed
stuff.
picture on the scanner, maybe, and then let's combine it with the scanner, and then maybe a photo editing software might be able to find something on it. Brightpicture.bmp. Duplicate data. Yeah, let's stick the other picture on there. Why not? Maybe there's some sort of.
This picture is in good shape. I don't...
Okay, fair enough. I just figured there might be some sort of. All right, let's just call Dave. Five 2492. Hacker Dave, hook me up with some software. Image analysis software, please.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Kathy. Eileen said to call you about some software.
Ellie who?
Eileen. Red hair, glasses, speaks so fast her gums ache.
Oh, right. I thought her name was Errol. I figured it was kind of a weird name for a girl.
You must have a hearing disorder.
You must have a thinking disorder. Burn.
Wow. Just wow. So, the software?
Right.
Yeah. No, can't. Not really.
I knew she was full of shit.
Nah, I mean, sure, I used to be able to get pirated software, but not anymore. There was
Why
this
not?
misunderstanding and my network privileges were revoked. Me and Clyde,
Sounds fair,
the
man.
campus IT guy, don't really see eye to eye. We used to play bocce together, and let's just say he is one sore loser.
Well, you seem like a bad winner, mate.
Can't you just patch things up with the guy?
No way, he's such an ass. He even thinks TNG is better than the original series.
He thinks the what is better than the
Nerd.
what?
I know, right? Can you believe that guy?
Can't you just hack your way back in somehow? Isn't that what you do?
He blocked the Ethernet port in my room. I don't even have physical
Go to a
access.
different room.
Don't you ever leave your room? Use a computer in the library or something. Aren't they connected to the network?
No, there are cameras in there. Clyde is just waiting for me to make a move so he can get me expelled.
Or worse.
You call yourself a hacker? Just use your brain, for Christ's sake. Let's figure this out.
Wow, you're so sassy, Nancy Drew. Well, okay, only an admin account can change the access port. The only way to even theoretically crack one would be if Clyde logged onto a machine to which we have unrestricted physical access. And... Ooh, I got an idea.
I'm not gonna like this.
Well, what you could do is intentionally crash your PC.
That sounds especially stupid.
Well, not crash it, just crash it a little, then call Clyde. Clyde will come over to fix it. If you're lucky, then he'll log onto the network using his admin account. Afterwards, you can use some of my tools to find and crack the password locally.
Worth a shot, I guess. Okay, you can come over and set it up.
No way. I have severe IBS, it just wouldn't work.
IBS? What the hell is that?
I don't like this guy.
Seriously, don't want to know. I'll have my buddy drop off everything you need. It's not rocket science. You do what I ask, and I'll get you some juicy software. Quid pro quo, Clarice.
Whatever, weirdo. We'll see.
What a nerd. Right, so. That was fast.
A thick white envelope.
Indeed. A pickup envelope.
These must be the instructions from Dave.
Hacker Dave.
There was a floppy disk in there with a note taped to the back.
What does the note say?
It's labeled boot.
Boot.
1. Boot your computer using the blue floppy. 2. Use the corrupt MBR utility
time to
to
corrupt
crash
the
the
master
file
boot
system of the
record.
computer. Take the floppy out and reboot.
Eesh.
3. Call Clyde at 555-8181. Tell him your computer crashed and give him the error code on the screen. He'll come over and have a look. It shouldn't take too long for him to fix. 4. Now comes the crucial part. You need to somehow make him log on with his admin account. 5. Reboot and retrieve the admin credentials using the blue floppy. 6. Reboot and log on using Clyde's admin account. 7. Look for some kind of tool to remotely open my Ethernet port. Dorm B, room 8. That's it. And remember, if you mess up somewhere, just call Clyde, and he'll have to take care of it. It's his job after all.
Okay. I hate dealing with the IT department though. Like in general, everywhere I've been. It just doesn't really work. It takes so long. Anyway, let's break the master boot record, shall we? Okay, good, yes.
All right, time for some expert help.
Let's call Clyde. This is such a nice game, actually. I like it.
IT, this is Clyde speaking. How can I help you?
My master boot record is broken.
Hi, I need you to come and fix my roommate's computer.
What seems to be the problem?
It won't start up. There's some kind of system failure with an error code on the screen.
Let's do
Probably a hard drive failure. Which room are you in?
Dorm A, room 5.
I'll be there in a few minutes.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate. Hello. Alright, love.
Hey, Clyde from IT.
Oh, goodness.
Hi, come in.
Ooh, he's got some lenses on him.
My, oh my, now how did this happen?
I have no idea. It was like this when I started it up this morning.
Let's have a look. And presto, good as new.
That's perfect. Could you try logging on real quick just to make sure it works?
You go ahead, I'll wait.
No. That's not what I want at all.
Yeah, that worked. Thanks.
No problem. Let me know if you have any more trouble.
I need you to
Shit. I have to come up with a way to force him to log on. Eileen borrowed it from school.
Let's just see if we can talk to the guy, shall we? Hello, Clyde. I want to talk to you about Hacker Dave. Oop.
IT, this is Clyde speaking. How can I help you?
So, I hear you and Dave had some kind of fight?
That's really none of your business.
It kinda is though.
So,
That's
never mind.
serious.
Well, I guess I'll have to break it again then. So this, again, it's 90s, this takes place.
No use doing that.
Yes, I'm sure. And we are corrupted.
And presto, good as new.
That's perfect. Could
You go ahead. I'll.
No, I don't want to. Oh, if I do it wrong, maybe. There we go.
Ah, now look what I did.
For crying out loud. Let me try to log in with my account.
Yes.
Okay, everything seems to be in order. I've unlocked your account. Please, try not to break anything else.
Oh, I'll try.
Thank you, mate.
Phase 1 complete.
Now, just put the floppy in the hole.
1. Boot York 2,
Yeah,
3,
sorry.
4, 5, 6, 7. That's it.
And boot. And now let's extract. User admin. Password gadget. Really? I guess it was a simpler time back then. Welcome, Clyde. Turn B. 8.
All
Turn
right,
it
that should
on.
do it.
Let's log off. And let's call our man. What's his face? Hacker Dave. Dave, I fixed
Yeah.
it.
Guess what?
You got it? Hang on. Oh man, I could kiss you! Figuratively, that is.
Yeah, you
I'm
certainly
so gonna
couldn't.
get back at Clyde now. What are those admin credentials,
I
by the
won't
way?
tell you, mate.
Not telling, buddy. Saving those for a rainy day.
Huh. I suppose this nice floppy I've prepared for you stays in my room then.
Sure, then I'll just have to log back on and click that pretty little lock icon again.
Now this
She's
is
tough.
just emotional
I
blackmail.
like her.
Quid pro quo, Dave.
Fine. I'll have it dropped off at your room. God damn, you're like a she-Clyde. A Clyde-ette.
Huh, that is the worst insult I've ever heard. Later, Dave. I'll just get rid of these notes now. I don't need them anymore.
Okay.
There was a floppy disk inside. It's labeled Tools.
Tools. Should I call Clyde again? Yeah, let's call Clyde again. Ask if he can make it up with Dave. Just because, well, it's nicer if they're friends.
IT, this is Clyde speaking. How can I help you?
So, I hear you.
That's
Oh,
Never
okay.
mind.
serious.
Oh well, just wanted to help. Righty-ho. Let's use the computer. What was it again? Let's just do this. Let's do it with Clyde's account. Tools. Software installed. VoiceForge. Oh, I see. Interesting. Image analyzer. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Flippin' heck. Aviant. Shit.
What the hell is that? Ball lightning? I'll print the whole picture for now, but there's probably more to find.
That's definitely interesting. So Grandad certainly had some sort of... Please narrow down the search area. No pattern found. No pattern found. I'm not sure what I'm doing now. No pattern found. This flounder then.
Unusual flower over there, though. Never seen anything like it. Maybe worth printing?
Why not? Looks like one of those parrot flowers. Whatever they're called in English, I just know the Swedish name for them. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. I want to keep analyzing a bit. This ball lightning stuff is a bit... There's much going on here, actually. Yeah, I kind of expect Mr. Burns to come out of the forest. Right, maybe this is all I can get from this picture for now. It's interesting though. Can I still change these? No, they're locked now. Right. Let's leave this for now. Take the printouts.
I'll just get rid of the original picture now, since I have the restored version
Oh, I
anyway.
see.
Strange.
Good.
Now that I look at them, the lights remind me of something I picked up yesterday.
They do? Is it the church? It is the church. Let's
No
scan.
use in...
No, okay.
It's the brochure that priest gave me at the funeral. The logo... There's also an ad...
So,
I have no idea why this isn't at the bottom. Maybe because it looks like it could serve as half-decent toilet paper.
so the church
Not that I need
is...
yet another reason for the Lord to strike me down.
The church is aliens? That's interesting.
Wow, the church logo looks pretty similar to the smoky lights.
Or is it just a big
I might have to
church in the
visit them after all.
forest? Yeah. Church of the Holy Trinity. Interesting. Oh. Hello, Eileen.
Oh, hello there, Mildred.
Hi yourself, Agatha.
Ah, shit.
What? How'd you... Oh, never mind.
I know your social security number too.
Oh, God. Soon you'll start stealing my clothes and then walk around in them pretending to be me.
Who says I haven't done that already?
Okay, I admit that's pretty funny.
So anyway, how did things go with Dave?
Pretty good. I had to sabotage your computer.
You had to what?
Oh, chill outy. It was just a tiny little thing. I just needed an excuse for the IT guy to come by so I could steal his password.
Clyde? But he's so nice. Why'd you want to steal his password?
It's a long story.
Wow. They're hypnotic. Looks like a will-o'-the-wisp. You know, the spirit of the forest.
Now, that's just silly, Eileen. There has to be a more reasonable explanation for them.
Aliens.
Hey, there's nothing silly about forest spirits. You should talk to Meadow, my Wiccan friend. She's really opened my eyes about these sort of things.
Goodness.
Isn't that the same Meadow who had an intimate relationship with a tree outside her dorm?
Oh, come on. That was just a phase.
Trust me,
Dendrophilia.
I've been through every phase in the book. That definitely isn't one of them.
So, anyway, is there anything I can do to help?
Well, my side of the room is starting to get a bit messy. There's always
Goodness.
that.
I meant with the investigation, silly.
I guess you could try to find out more about these lights. Maybe figure out where that picture was taken.
Sounds good. I know exactly where to start. Oh, and yeah, feel free to keep using my computer. I don't need it right now.
All right, I think I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to motivate Erica Wade to talk to me.
Erica
Okie
Wade,
dokie.
the daughter of Charles Wade, I think. Is there a way to get the recordings into... Let's ask her about this.
Have a look at this brochure, E.
Yeah, what about it?
Doesn't that logo look a lot like the three lights in the forest?
Wow, yeah, you're right. You should go pay the church a visit.
That's the plan. Gonna do that tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So what am I doing today then? Does she know the flower, maybe?
What do you think about this flower?
It's beautiful. What kind of flower is it?
No idea. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I got a botany book around here somewhere.
Of course you do.
I could look it up later.
Yes,
Sure,
please.
that would be great, E.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Hermione.
Anytime.
No point.
Let's give her the boot disc.
Dave really came through for me. The software on this thing is amazing.
No, that's not the thing.
Yeah, he's a real whiz.
Right. Let's go to the church maybe then.
Nah, I have nowhere I need to go right now.
Okay. What are we doing then? Trying to figure out how to talk to the lady. Yeah, what's her name? Erica Wade. So if we call Charles Wade again. The Wade residence. Let's see.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Hello.
Sure, I could just leave a message for that harpy, but I doubt anything I will say will change her mind about helping me. I think I need a more indirect approach. Maybe there's a way to get creative with that answering machine tape.
I see. So there is a way to combine it with the computer.
The tape I found in the briefcase. It seems that it was used in an... I don't see how those things work together.
Me neither. Let's ask Eileen.
I don't need to show her that.
Let's not ask Eileen. It's not like I can stick a tape in the scanner. Oh. Apparently I can stick a tape in the scanner. Fair enough. Let's scan the tape, because that's how it works. And VoiceForge. Let's create some new
Okay,
sounds.
Erica Wade. Let's see if we can't motivate you to hear me out.
Using your dad's voice. Separate into sections. This is cool. Now. Let's...
Leave a message after the beep.
Oof. Right there. Internal error. Fucking hell.
What the hell? Calm down, Kathy. Think. Just think. It has to be some sick joke left in the program by Dave. Yeah, that must be it. He is one twisted fuck.
Goodness, that gave me chills. This is Moon. Sorry, I'm not talking much today. Like I said, I'm having a bad time, but one thing at a time. That's in the static, is it? Right. Let's clear all. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtag. Hello, Erica. It's Charles.
Hello, Joseph, Mrs. Rain. It's me, Charles. I thought I'd give you a call. Erica just had her firstborn. It's a boy. Thankfully, he looks nothing like his father. Listen, I was thinking maybe you'd like to come and visit. And what about your little Kathy? Maybe she wants to see the baby. Well, anyways, I hope to see you soon. All the best. Bye.
Hello, Erica. It's father. See, Kathy.
I should probably mention myself, Kathy Rain.
Kathy Rain.
I don't think I need to mention visits just yet. Making Erica agree to have a civil conversation should be enough for now.
Okay. Do. Listen to Kathy Rain.
Almost. Just a few more tweaks.
What do you mean more tweaks? Oh, I see. You do the tweaks.
That should work.
Hello, Erica. It's your father. Call Kathy Rain and give her what she wants. Oh, sorry. I could have done better at that. Successfully exported voice message.
Alright, the forged message should now be at the end of the original tape.
Good. Good. Let's maybe scan this as well.
I don't see any need to scan this tape. The other one might be more useful.
Okay, fair enough then. Be that way.
That action doesn't...
Use dictaphone with telephone.
Not right now. I have the forged message ready.
Okay, use the phone. Call the Wade residence. So Eric is probably Charles' daughter, but then this message was about her firstborn son.
You've reached Erica Wade. Leave a message after the beep.
Play.
Hello, Erica. It's your father. Call Kathy Rain and give her what she wants. Bye.
Lovely.
after the beep.
Hi, Erica. This is Kathy Rain. I spoke to your father. He asked me to get in touch with you and said he would call ahead. You can reach me at 555-8352. Bye.
Clever.
Your move, Erica.
Now that's some out-of-the-box thinking.
Yep, just might be silly enough to work. Well, time for a break. Gotta eat something before I pass out.
Okie dokie. I'll stay here and keep digging.
All right, see you in a bit.
Lovely. Should find the flower there for me. I think.
Hey.
Oop.
Hey!
Hello. Anything about the flounder?
So, any progress with the search?
Yeah, I was able to identify that flower. It's called the red scythe, or Rosea falcus. I discovered that there was a small nature reserve near Conwell Springs, which was established in '89. The red scythe is on their list of endangered plants. I made a photocopy of the botany book page in case you want it later.
Thank you.
That's something. I should go check it out. Maybe I can narrow down the place where that picture was taken. And, good work, Eileen.
Happy to help. So what...
Aha.
Oh, hang on. I'll go get that.
Okie dokie.
Is it Erica Wade?
Hello?
This is Erica Wade calling for Kathy Rain.
Oh goodness. This is me.
Speaking.
Miss Rain, this is terribly awkward. I realize now how rude I was before. I wanted to apologize and ask if there is anything I can do.
That's just accepted.
Apology accepted. You can start by answering a few questions.
Very well.
Lovely.
What can you tell me about Mr. Wade?
My father is a great man. He has so many ideas, so much left to realize, which makes it hurt so much more to see him like this.
How is he?
See him like what?
The illness and everything, of course.
Right. Yeah, it must be hard.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Has he also gone mad?
I wish he wouldn't be so stubborn with his treatment. He could go to any state-of-the-art hospital, but insists on being treated in that backwater clinic in Conwell Springs.
That's
The
interesting.
community clinic in the middle of town?
Yes. It's like he's given up and is just waiting for the inevitable to happen.
What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Oh, that little girl had a twisted mind, let me tell you that. Oh, my father used to have a few pieces of hers in his collection. Horrible things. I couldn't understand why he ever decided to procure them in the first place.
You say used to have. Did he get rid of the paintings?
Oh, either that or he put them in storage somewhere. I haven't seen them for years. I never bothered to ask him why. Glad to be rid of them, quite frankly.
Do you know about... Well...
What do
let's
you
talk
know
the
about Lily
artist.
Myers?
She was a young artist who lived somewhere in Conwell Springs. Killed herself, if I recall correctly. Dreadful thing. But other than that, not much. We never knew the family.
Do you know
about this
anything about the
church?
Church of the Holy Trinity?
It's the one and only church in Conwell Springs. I was baptized there, and I married my husband there.
Anything out of the ordinary about them?
Oh, not really. They seem like a typical church to me.
Yeah, they might just be.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather that night in '81?
Not really, no. But what I do know is how it destroyed Father.
It did?
Oh, yes. The two of them were great friends once. And when Joseph was hurt, they hadn't been talking for some time. Father always hoped they would be able to reconnect one day. He kept putting it off, believing they had time. But in the end, it never happened.
So, what were things like back when they were still good friends?
Oh, they were like peas in a pod. Always sharing their war stories and laughing together. In a way, Joseph became the uncle I never had. He was around a lot when Father went out on business trips. Later on, I even met you a few times, when you were just a baby.
Interesting.
I don't remember any of that.
Oh, no matter, you were so little then.
Erica, I have to ask, why were you so defensive on the phone earlier when I tried to reach out?
Oh, I don't know, Kathy. Our families haven't been in touch for a long time. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but we all started drifting apart. My guess is that it had to do with Father's growing wealth. Friendship needs common ground, and we started living in different worlds. What happened to your grandfather was the final nail in the coffin. Father just couldn't bear seeing him like that, neither alive nor dead.
So I'm thinking this has something to do with military experiments at this Air Force base. Kathy's granddad, Joseph Rain, got too close, something happened. The others were told to be quiet about it, like Cocky.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky? It may be an Air Force call sign.
I can't say that I do. Father had many friends in the Air Force, but no one I can recall by that name.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
so
that's
much.
all I needed.
Very well. Feel free to call back if you have any more
Now I can find the actual Charles Wade if I go to...
All right, Wade is in Conwell Springs. He's being treated in the clinic. That was Erica Wade. Her father is being treated at the clinic in Conwell Springs.
Being treated? He's sick?
Looks that way. Small
Radiation
miracle they
poisoning?
managed to keep it out of the press.
Yeah, I suppose you are returning to talk to him?
Yes.
It'll have to be tomorrow. It's quite late for that now.
I see.
I suppose. Scrabble?
Oh, you're so on. I will crush you.
Can I play? No. Achievement unlocked. Oh, another dream, eh? Another abortion dream? Nope. Quite a different dream.
Turning your pawn into a queen, is that the plan, buddy boy? You know me, I'm always playing the long game, old friend. That may be, but you're running out of pieces. First you lost your queen, then your knight. All that matters is the king. Delusional as always. The king is dead.
It's not.
Long live the king. Check.
Whoa. September 27th, 1995. Day 3.
Good morning, sunshine.
Please tell me I dreamt all those Scrabble losses last night.
3 times in a row.
Rub it in, why don't you? I'll just go strangle myself now.
Oh, you. Don't be a sore loser. So what's the plan today?
Going
Mr. Wade is
out.
the plan. I'll head for the
Yes.
clinic right away.
And
While I'm
also
at
the
it, I'm gonna
flower.
check out the church and the nature reserve.
Okie dokie. What can I do to help?
Why don't you continue looking into the lights? I have a feeling they're the key to solving all of this.
Experimental aircraft.
You could also look up the history of Conwell Springs in general, see if anything unusual has been going on.
I'll get right on it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, E.
Oh, by the way, don't forget to check out the page I gave you about the red scythe. It's a pretty interesting flower.
Right, yeah.
Let's do that first of all. Botany book excerpt.
It's a photocopy of a book page with information about the red scythe flower. Here's an interesting segment. Another interesting trait of the red scythe is the smell, which is familiar to that of a pepper. The pollen of the plant has also been known to cause hallucinations in concentrated amounts.
Can you imagine?
Native American tribes harvested and smoked the plant for that reason, but the flower never caught on as a modern recreational drug due to the difficulty of growing it.
So,
Eileen gave me this. Might contain useful information if I come across a specimen.
if someone burned a bunch of the plants using something, like an experimental aircraft engine, my grandfather might have inhaled it, visualized some stuff, and then, well, maybe gone mad. I don't know.
Eileen's schedule. There's a note for today. Do research and stuff.
Fair enough.
Shouldn't you be somewhere, Kathy?
I should.
It's just Eileen.
Just Eileen. I just want to talk to her a bit.
Hey, E, got a sec?
Sure thing, Kathy. What's up?
Do you know anything? What do you know about Charles
So,
Wade, actually?
what's your take on this Charles Wade?
I'm not sure. He sounded like a super nice guy on that tape, but media says that he's a ruthless businessman.
The tape is over 2 decades old. Maybe he's changed.
Either that or he is very different in his private life. Hard to know without actually seeing him.
I'm going.
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like an okay bunch to me. Just your regular old Christians, my kind of crowd.
That's just it. They seem a bit too normal. And there's that logo,
It's just
too.
the logo, really, and the
It could just be
pushiness.
a coincidence, Kathy. The Holy Trinity is typically portrayed as a triangle.
I don't believe in coincidences, E. I believe in action and reaction.
Gee, you sound like a starship captain. Captain Rain of the USS Dignity, here to save the galaxy.
Oh, please, kill me now. What do you think of Lily Meyer's art?
I actually looked her up this morning, and I couldn't find any records of her being recognized as an artist.
Really?
Yeah, I doubt there was ever a chance for that to happen. Wade bought everything shortly after
And
she
hid it
died.
away.
I only got a chance to see this one picture. Wasn't all that bad, but nothing breathtaking.
Well, maybe there's more to her art than meets the eye. Something Wade knew, and
Some
we're
sort
missing.
of code or something.
Yeah, maybe.
secret.
I wonder what was so special about Lily Myers. Well, besides her being a talented artist who drowned herself in a lake.
I bet there's some secret about her art. Let's hope Charles Wade has some answers.
What do you think of this cocky person?
Well, the nickname makes me think of, you know, boy parts.
And you call yourself a Christian? Any ideas about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
Beats me. Maybe he found what he was looking for. Or it found him.
Did you just quote a tagline from one of those cheesy horror novels?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I should get back to the investigation.
Okie dokie.
Let's go to Conwell Springs.
All right, I'm off. Peace out, E.
Peace out.
Okie dokie. Good luck and see you later.
To the Catmobile. First of all, let's talk to our grandmother, shall we?
Oh, hello, dear. Glad to see you again so soon.
I want to ask you about the
Hi,
flower.
Grandma. I just thought I'd drop by.
Sure, hon. Stay as long as you'd like.
Thank you.
Mary Elizabeth Rain, my grandmother on my father's side.
Is
A
there
robust
something?
piece. I used to love digging through those drawers when Grandpa and me. We had this game where he would hide never in the attic, though.
Yeah. I wonder.
That doesn't need unlock.
Oh, I see. Okay then. Let's just talk to Grandma.
Mind if we talk for...
Not at all.
Let's talk about
I
Lily
don't
Myers'
see a reason
art.
to ask her about that.
Let's not talk about Lily Myers' art.
I don't see a...
Let's not talk about anything.
I
But
don't want to show her that.
okay, I want to show her the flowers. The restored
What do you
picture.
see in this picture, Grandma?
I have no idea, but it's quite an eerie display. What is it?
I'm trying to figure that out. I found the picture hidden in the attic.
Oh, come to think of it, the trees do look similar to the ones in Conwell Woods.
Yeah, it was taken somewhere in that area. I found out that the flower in the picture matches a rare local species.
Aren't you clever? Do let me know if you come across anything else.
Do you know anything about this flower, Grandma?
I can't say that I do. I remember seeing it growing in the woods, but I didn't think much of it at the time.
Okay,
Well, gotta go, Grams.
Bye, Cat.
that's all I want. Let's go to the actual woods, shall we? And the clinic and the church. Let's check the woods first, shall we? Yes, let's not make the church people wise that I'm onto them. Nature Reserve. Oh, hello.
Well, this is it. This is where the picture was taken. I'm not sure what I expected to find here. need to clear my head.
Oh no, don't smoke. That's not nice. Oh, ooh, hello.
What the?
What
We've
the?
met before, haven't we?
Have we?
I don't think so, Mr. Clean. Unless seeing your face on a bottle of detergent counts.
Always the joker, aren't you, Kathy?
Who are you?
Who are you?
How do you know my name?
You told me, remember?
I feel strange.
Ah, fuck.
dreaming?
Drug flower. Drug
It's
flower.
the mending. I will try to facilitate.
Drug flower.
You're not real. I'm lying asleep in my bed right now.
Focus, Kathy. Listen to the drowned girl.
You mean Lily? What about her?
She's the anomaly, the missing refrain, the convergence point of things past and events yet to happen.
Dial down the metaphors a notch, would you, Mr. Kafka? I get enough of that shit in English class.
I knew you wouldn't disappoint. I'm glad, given how much trouble I went through to be here. You see, my
What
name
is this?
was taken from me, so I claimed a color
Mr.
instead.
Purple.
The next time we meet, you'll know the exact hue of red.
Mr.
You're
Crimson.
on the right path, Kathy. Follow your grandfather, and everything will work out in the end.
Okay. Whoa. What?
Wait, what? How did I get here?
Where's the Catmobile?
Am I going crazy? Am I turning into Mom?
I still have all the stuff here. Next time, let's stun gun him. What am I gonna find in here, I wonder? This is now creepy.
Oh, hello, dear.
This got really weird.
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
Not at all, dear. What's on your mind?
Oh, loads.
I already showed her that.
Okay, nothing then.
Bye, Grandma.
So long.
So long. Let's see if we can go back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny-backed toad. I have no idea. Let's go there again.
Hello? Creepy bald guy. Guess no one's home.
I guess I got drugged by this flower.
That wasn't here before.
It certainly wasn't.
What's this?
Crimson. Ripped drawing. The Red Man. Oh, it's from the mentally challenged son of the woman. I suppose the Red Man is nice, he said. I can't remember his name though.
Why did someone leave this at the nature reserve?
Nathan? Oh well, the son of the woman.
Looks like a specimen of the red scythe.
Myers. Can I pick it? It's
It's
protected.
endangered. I'm not gonna take it without a really good reason.
It's drugs. Let's go talk to him, shall we? Lakeside cabin. Because he's definitely drawn it, and he talked about the Red Man. Hello, seagull.
Oh, it's you again. Come on in.
Thank you. I actually kind of want to talk to your son. Oh, he's not here.
No Nathan today?
Nathan.
Nah, haven't seen Nate all day. Probably out in the woods.
Let's check it. Lily.
That must be Lily. She seems very happy. Is this how Nathan still sees himself? As a little boy?
It makes sense. Missing half.
Looks like Nathan knows the strange red man. I need to talk to him about this.
The red man.
A bald man dressed in red. Oh, creepy. It's an early painting by Lily Myers. Sue has nailed. I had a few more questions.
She.
I don't need to ask her. Do you know who the Red Man is?
Oh, that's just Nate's imaginary friend. The Red Man has been around ever since my boy was little.
I see. So there's no actual person in town he could be referring to?
No way! According to Nathan, the Red Man hasn't changed in 30 years.
So it's Jean-Luc Picard.
The Red Man actually exists. I met him in the forest.
What? That's crazy talk. Stop kidding around. I am
It's
not
probably
in
a
the mood.
drug-induced hallucination then.
Sue, what do you see in this picture?
My God, that looks like one of Lily's paintings.
Does it?
Wow, really? Can you describe it?
Well, of course.
It was a nighttime scene, just like the photo, but the lights were floating above the lake. There was a pale hand reaching up from beneath the surface trying to touch them. The forest in the background was on fire, making the sky purple and red. There were probably other details too, but that's what I can remember.
Sounds captivating. Wish I could have seen it.
Charles Wade has it, probably.
Do you know anything about this flower?
Sure, smoked it a few times back in the day, before it was endangered and all.
Yeah? What was it like?
Similar to pot, but stronger and more unpredictable. Never touched the stuff after I got pregnant with Lily.
All right.
All right.
I think I'm gonna head off now.
Sure thing, little cat. Come back anytime.
Looks like they barely touched the food. Elk, by the looks of it. They're
Let's not go astray.
yet another burial ground for those sweet, addictive, not to mention cancer-inducing sticks of tobacco. I'm a huge fan.
Righto. Let's go somewhere.
Conwell Lake. Oh, gee, I would, but I forgot my swimsuit at home. Thick, dense forest.
To the Catmobile.
She was born a 76 Corley Motors, but there aren't many original.
Right. Let's go once more to the nature reserve, see if we find Nate in here. We don't. So let's go see Charles Wade in the clinic. Oh, hello. Are you my bum friend? I think you are.
Yep, it's full of trash. Figure that. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Fair enough. Hello,
It's that
bum.
homeless guy who helped me distract Lenny.
Lenny! Thanks, mate.
We meet again, Mr. Homeless Guy.
Homeless? That's the worst thing I ever heard of, and totally untrue.
So, What's up with the trash can? Digging for treasure?
Well, I'm just going through a rough patch. By the way, you owe me $10.
Nah, you agreed to 7.
You're busting my balls here.
Better get those balls checked out in this clinic then.
So cold. Like a stake through the heart.
What do they call you anyway?
Goober. Everyone calls me Goober.
All right. I'm Kathy.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, what's your story anyway?
My story?
Yeah. Don't all bums have a story?
For your information, this is all just a dry streak in my showbiz career.
Is that so? I don't recognize you at all.
I used to have more hair.
That I actually believe.
Come on, man. Frankie Gold is my stage name. Surely you must have heard of me.
Frankie
Not
Gold.
really, no.
Oh, come on. I have starred in dozens of Hollywood movies. The Silence of the Lambert, Jacob's Bladder, The Usual Surprises, Natural Bald Killers.
Not ringing any bells.
Kids these days, no appreciation for quality cinema. Breaks my heart.
So, tell me about this acting career of yours.
What about it?
Tell me about The Silence of
Christopher
Lambert.
Lambert's last movie?
Lawrence Lambert, a real estate agent, suddenly turns mute overnight. For weeks, he tries to communicate with customers using a self-invented sign language, only to realize that true love needs no communication at all. He marries his housekeeper, who only knows 2 words in English, yes and clean. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack in the arms of his lovely wife, Consuelo Lambert Vasquez. Based on a true story.
Sure it is.
I'm not sure I want to know what Jacob's Bladder is about, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Jacob's Bladder. The tragic story of Jacob Cobb, a schizophrenic man who forms an imaginary romantic relationship with his bladder. During long and joyful monologues on the can, he starts referring to his nether regions by the name of Jenny.
What?
Sadly, before Jacob has a chance to elope with his sweetheart, he gets committed to an asylum due to increasingly erratic behavior.
Makes sense.
After a big fight with his paramour, Jacob refuses to pee for a week, and he dies from a ruptured bladder.
Oh no.
Give me the rundown on The Usual Surprises.
A lighthearted comedy taking place during the surprise birthday party of 34-year-old Sid McBacon. The story is told from 8 different perspectives to keep the audience guessing who the protagonist actually is. The movie ends with the biggest surprise of them all. Sid suddenly dies of an epileptic seizure. I guess it's more of a dark comedy.
I guess it is.
Natural Bald Killers?
It's a dystopian vision of the future where people are valued by the quality of their hair.
Oh no.
The protagonist, Eddie Zephyr, turns bald in high school. One day, he has simply had enough of all the teasing and the bullying, and he completely snaps and heads out on a scalping spree in search of the perfect head of hair.
Fucking hell.
Eddie makes his way to Mexico for an illegal hair transplant. However, he has an adverse reaction to the anesthesia and he dies on the operating table.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
never mind.
Not the cultured type. I understand.
What?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Sounds serious. Ask away.
What do you know about the church?
What's your opinion on the Church of the Holy Trinity?
I'd say they're good people. Isaac the priest is, anyway. His dad, Father Bill, on the other hand, though, he and the people he had around him were into some weird shit.
What kind of weird shit?
I don't know, they were like a cult or something, with Billy Praise himself at the top. Really shifty bunch of folks. Isaac turned it all around when his dad kicked the bucket, made it a proper church.
Interesting. Do you know anyone else who was involved in the old church?
Not really. I tried to stay as far away from those people as possible. Ask Isaac about it. He's a friendly guy.
All right. I might do that.
Yes.
Do you know who Lily Myers was?
Yep, my dad was the one who found her floating in the lake.
Oh, goodness.
Really? What can you tell me about her?
Ah, geez, not a lot. I mean, teenage girls, man, they're like their own species. Impossible to figure out.
Girls
Not to mention how that entire family ain't like people friendly.
Now that's an understatement. Nearly started brawling with Sue the first time I met her.
She can sure deal out a mean whooping, that lady.
Do you recognize the nickname Cocky?
Why, I used to call myself that back in Nam. Oh, how I miss that marvelous youthful ego of mine.
Ah, why do I even bother? What do you know about Lily Meyer's art?
Nothing but hearsay. People say it was pretty deranged.
Do you know what happened to Joseph Rain in '81?
I most certainly do.
What? Tell me.
Are you sure you want to know? Not everyone can handle the truth.
Oh, just spit it out.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Abducted by aliens.
Yes, well.
I should have known better.
Oh, I saw it, man. A big, huge light. I was a bit drunk at the time, but I had my reasons. My wife had just left me, taken the dog, not to mention I was being conscripted for the war. But I'm telling you, those goddamn aliens took him and they experimented on him. And that's why he was so messed up when they put him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Open your mind, man.
Do you know who Charles Wade is?
So it's not a game.
Sure, he's been
containing
holed up in
aliens,
this
I
clinic for the
suppose.
last couple of weeks.
You saw Charles Wade go in there?
Well, yeah, I just told you, man.
How did he look?
Okay, I guess. Still walking, at least.
I
red
don't need to ask him.
Okay.
Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about the other two?
No idea. I think my face blindness is acting up again.
Okay.
Can I offer you a smoke
buddy?
in this trying
Nah,
time?
I got stage 2 lung cancer.
Oh, goodness.
I'm keeping it under control with a fruitarian diet.
Okay, good.
I could, but only. Do you know what this
Now
key
where this
opens?
key goes.
Your heart, mademoiselle?
Oh, goodness, calm down.
Brother. I don't need.
Right, that's all I need to know,
Okay,
mate. Thank
that's
you.
enough serious questions for now.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm off.
Bye.
Bye. Let's go to the community clinic.
Smoking allowed. Guess this
Ashtray.
place is a bit behind on healthcare regulations. Was expecting plastic, but this looks like a real plant.
That's nice.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year. No thanks. Women's magazines make my brain melt. I can't read it from here. A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it. Pretty sure she
Hello.
looks bored out of her mind. Pretty understandable, to be honest.
Let's talk. Hello,
Excuse me,
nurse.
nurse?
Hello, nurse. In the Animaniac style. That was loud.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
nurse!
Huh?
Yeah? They don't pay you much, huh?
No shit. What do you want?
I'm here to see Charles Wade.
Never heard of him. Anything else?
Bullshit. I know he's here. Listen, it's okay. I'm a friend of the family.
No, you're not, and I said he's not here. Don't make me call security.
Alright.
What a bitch. I need to get rid of her somehow.
Yes.
Uncomfortable, hard plastic chairs. It's like they're intentionally trying to keep people out.
How about I give her one of those?
Time for a smoke break, don't you think?
What?
You smoke?
No way. Those things will kill you.
This is true. Do I need to go out?
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging.
Am I gonna pay him again? Or can I just sneak past you, lady? I can. I can't.
No point. I wouldn't even know what room to go to.
Fair.
I can't read it. I can't read.
We'll go there then and read it.
I can't read it.
No. Okay. Let's see if we can talk my mate out here, Goober, into being stunned, possibly.
Hey, doofus.
Oh, hi!
So, how good an actor are you?
The best! The very best!
You know, that nurse in there, she said she loved you in all those movies, and that she always wished you'd give her a live performance.
I knew it. She always gave me these strange looks.
I'm sure she did.
I thought it was contempt, but her face must just be crapping up from shyness.
Yeah, that's definitely it. She'd love to see you act, I'm sure.
I'm gonna have to oblige. Which movie do you think she'd like the best?
The Silence of Lambert.
Probably The Silence of Lambert.
Oh, I'm gonna be loud.
Are you? I thought you were gonna be mute then.
How I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be! Hold me!
Again? No
Thank
thanks.
you,
I'm gonna
thank
have
you.
to think
You've
outside.
been a great audience.
No? Okay.
That wasn't really an electrifying performance. I'll have to intervene somehow.
I see now. What I'm gonna do is ask him to do
Hey, doofus.
Jacob's bladder, I
Hey.
suppose.
Definitely.
I'm feeling.
Where he dies at the end. And then I can electrify him. Sneakily.
Oh, Jenny, everything is
No
forgiven.
thanks.
You and me were like peas and carrots. I'm just so full of your
Good idea,
love that
but
I think
it
I'm
wouldn't
about to
match his
burst.
symptom.
Jenny, where did you go? Oh, I don't feel so good. Thank you, thank you. You've been a great
Good idea.
audience.
Right.
I don't want to.
I'll have to talk to him then. Shit. Because my memory is shot, I can't remember which one would be most electrifying.
Hey, doof.
What about?
Oh, I see.
Why do you always die at the end of your movies?
Typecasting.
I suppose.
Tell me about
Lawrence Lambert. For weeks, he tries to communicate. He marries his housekeeper. In the end, Lawrence dies of a heart attack.
He
based
dies
on
of a heart attack.
Oh.
Not the cultured type.
Hey.
Sure.
Probably.
Oh, I'm.
Yeah. Okay. So I got it right the first time. I just need to, well, not induce a heart attack, but sort of pretend he gets one.
No thanks.
How I wish I could speak. I have so many things left to say. My chest, no! It can't be!
Good idea,
Hold me!
It would match his symptoms.
Good idea, but
Thank you, thank you. You've been a great
a girl
audience.
can never be too safe.
It would too. Right? This thing could actually stop his heart. Which would definitely match, no? Righto, that's not it. I'm being stupid.
Oh, huh?
Hey.
Sure. And he's.
No,
Never mind.
let's
What about-
talk. What about the
Give me the
usual
rundown.
A
surprise?
lighthearted comedy taking place during the story is told from 8 different perspectives. The movie ends with the biggest surprise.
Epileptic
I guess it-
seizure.
Oh.
Not the.
Hey.
Alright, fair enough.
How
The
about
usual
business?
surprises. Well, at least this one is correct. Definitely. Defo, as they say.
I can't believe you guys did all this for me. You know, what's that smell? Bacon? Oh, Bobby, my head hurts.
Nurse, he's seizing.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Indeed. Sorry, Goober.
Man, I feel like a total jackass. I'll have to make it up to the poor guy later.
$7 more.
Employee of the Month, Carlita Mendez. What a joke. It's that obnoxious nurse.
Well, maybe she's the only employee. No. Mendez. Carlita. No.
Employee of the Month, Carlita Mendez. Rows and columns.
Right, I got a name. Mendez. C. Mendez. Good. I'm just trying Carlita and Mendez and... But I don't know what her password would be.
A calendar from 1991.
1991? I don't know, man.
Employee of the Month. No thanks. Smoking allowed.
She doesn't smoke.
Was expecting.
I don't know.
A computer. They like.
Carlita Mendez. What other hints do I have? I should have listened more. Is it password? 1, 2, 3, 4? No? Interesting. C. Mendez? Nope. Carlita? Interesting. Interesting. Aha. Of course. Let's use the boot disk. It all makes sense. Let's hack it, shall we? Let's not corrupt the hard drive, but C. Mendez otorgador. My Spanish is too poor. I don't know what it means. Right. Wade. Charles Wade. Referral from Dr. A. Friedman, St. Francis Medical Center, KC. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. The initial prognosis looks good and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. It's been a few weeks already. Room 6B. Let's see if there's a rain here. Joseph Irving Rain. Died 95. Born 17th of March 1924. On the 16th of August 1981, patients were brought in by law enforcement in a state of confusion. No apparent exterior trauma. Pupil dilation normal, unresponsive to other stimuli. Possible stroke, referring to neurologist for further diagnosis. Is Cooper in here? No. Right, that was interesting. 6B.
Rows and columns.
Invasive heart surgery. Charles Wade is here. And bodyguard.
It's all right, Claude. Understood, sir. So, you managed to find me.
I did.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break.
I do not.
Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
That's not what this is about. It's personal.
Sounds serious. Perhaps I should ask Claude to produce his gun.
Nah.
You know, Charles, the person most likely to be harmed by a gun tends to be its owner.
Very true. That's something the Japs who captured me learned the hard way.
Did my grandfather bail you out then too, or was that one of the few times where he didn't save your sorry ass?
Hold on there. Explain yourself.
Kathy Ray.
You're willing to listen to something other than your own voice? I'm stunned. I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I was.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Do you know about... What do you think
What
about
can
the
you tell
church?
me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
Do you recognize the call sign
Oh yeah,
Cocky?
you have to, right?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it. It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a
Jimmy
bad joke.
Cochran.
Perfect. Thanks. Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense. He's been held in a mental institution for years.
Oh no.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Your mum's there, is she?
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Tell me about 81.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Good man,
Strange.
it seems.
Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior. I couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
It's hardly Grandpa's fault. He did everything he could to set my father straight.
Oh, I never claimed to doubt Joseph's commitment, but I'm not going to ignore his flaws either. Your grandfather often used his heart when he should have used his head.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I believe it is, objectively. But I shouldn't speak ill of the dead. Eventually, my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
I'm not sure it's that obvious, but oh well.
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time.
You lie.
Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended.
I see, which was...
Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively. When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Indeed.
Eloquently put.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
No.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
I don't need to... Do you recognize this, Charles?
Of course. Your grandfather, me, Jimmy Cochran, taken shortly before we went to the war.
You guys look like you just won the lottery or something.
Indeed. We were mere children, with no concept of what we were getting into.
Do you know what this key opens?
You must be truly desperate if you ask random people a question like that.
I am.
I don't need to.
Okay. Brian Rain?
I don't need.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
Right, so maybe he's not as involved as I thought with the paintings and stuff.
Just some boring landscape paintings. Just some boring lands.
Actually,
I had some more questions.
this
What do you
photo.
see in this picture, Charles?
Fireflies would be my best guess. They can grow terribly large around these parts.
What? No.
Do you know what this is?
A flower. Why don't you consult a botanist instead of bothering me with this nonsense?
Oh,
Thanks,
well,
Charles.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Just some boring. Looks like Wade brought some of his old tombs with him. A private phone. Wade must get special privileges here.
Claude.
That guy is huge. I wonder how many cows he eats per day. I'd rather not. He'd crush me like a twig.
Right. That's a lot from Charles Wade. What's next? The church, I suppose. Let's go to the church. Maybe talk to Grandma afterwards.
Hello, Father.
Hello, Father.
Greetings, my child. I'm glad you decided to come
Are you
here.
Isaac?
Yeah, but just so you know, I'm not here to join your church or anything.
Just here for a chat.
Oh, I would never assume that.
Good. So, with that out of the way, I have some questions.
Anything you need. I'm Isaac Price.
Kathy. Kathy
Oh, I
Rain,
see.
but I'm guessing you
Price
figured that out already.
was the mausoleum in the graveyard.
Rumors spread quickly around here. So, how can I be of service?
So,
Do you recognize the men in this picture, Isaac?
Only your grandfather, and that's just because I was given a similar picture for the service the other day.
Do you know what this key opens?
I'm afraid not, my child.
I think he might.
Care to tell me the history of the church?
I'd be happy to. The story is a fascinating one. This church was founded by my father, William T. Price, in the 70s. Back then, he made his living as a traveling salesman and was driving through this area as he'd done so many times before. However, this day was different.
Apparition.
My father held dark thoughts in his mind. He was angry, thinking of evil deeds, even considering swerving off the road into a rock and ending it all. Then suddenly, divine intervention. 3 bright lights appeared. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the sign of God. This epiphany was the moment my father had been waiting for. He sold all of his belongings and took me and my brother to live with him here in Conwell Springs. Soon thereafter, he built this church and started gathering followers. They began to refer to him as Father Bill.
I take it that window up there resembles what he saw when he had this epiphany?
Indeed, the stained glass window depicts the Holy Trinity as witnessed by my father.
Do you know exactly when or where this event took place?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just curious. It's a captivating story.
Well, it was in the spring of 1971, but my father never told anyone where.
Okay,
I think I know
so
where.
what happened then?
People flocked to Father Bill. He started teaching, writing scripture. The church flourished and continued to grow all the way up until his sudden death in 1983. That's when I stepped in to take leadership of the church.
Same as
I take it that the church started declining after the death of Father Bill?
Yes, naturally so. With such a magnetic personality, he was irreplaceable. but I assure you the church is still very much thriving.
Okay.
Looks kind of empty to me.
Thriving.
It's not really in peak
this
hours.
animation.
What's up with you handing out pamphlets at funerals then? Trying to reel people in at a weak moment?
I'm going to assume you meant no disrespect, child. I'm simply providing divine guidance when it's needed the most.
I'm gonna assume human, no disrespect. So the animation style and everything reminds me of the old Indiana Jones games. Like the really old, the Scum ones. And Monkey Island. It's just, well, I guess it's the pixel graphics and the everything. Good games though. Right, do you know, it's Christmas time and all. Do you know anything about Jimmy Cochran? Because he got caught up about the same time your father died.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
I don't recognize that name, no.
Does the name Lily Myers mean anything to you?
It does. I was a substitute teacher in her high school for some time before I was ordained.
Really? Did you know her personally?
We weren't close. I only knew her as much as a teacher would know any student.
All right, so how did she seem toward the end?
For one, she started skipping school a lot, and when she did show up, she was absent-minded and moody. She always looked depressed and hunched down like she had a whole world on her shoulders.
Any idea of what caused this change?
Not a clue. All I know is that when she returned from that last summer break, she was a whole different person.
Interesting.
Do you know anything about an art theft at the Wade Estate in the 80s?
I have just a vague memory of reading about it in the paper.
This may sound strange, but have you heard of or seen a strange man dressed in red?
Only our Lord and Savior Jesus. Surely his rags were drenched in blood as he lay upon the cross.
Okay,
That's not what I meant. I mean someone here in Conwell Springs.
Are you joking? I haven't seen a person like that, no.
You definitely know something, mate.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in 81?
It was the work of the devil, I'll say that much. Joseph was a kind man. He did not deserve such a fate. You heard my speech at the funeral, Kathy. I meant every word. He was a great man who did much good for this community.
Did you know him personally?
In a way. He and my father did charity work together. Joseph was around a lot when I was young. They collaborated on a few different projects for the homeless and for the troubled youth, among other things.
So my grandfather was a member of the church?
I wouldn't say that, no. He was a friend of the church, but he wasn't a religious man. He believed only in philanthropy.
So maybe this
that
church
being
is
said,
actually
Joseph was the person who convinced me to become a priest.
Nice.
Really?
Oh yes, I was a teenager back then, full of rebellion, every fiber of my being wanting to distance myself from my father. Joseph made me realize my sinful pride and showed me how I should follow my heart regardless of what others might think. And for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Father, do you know anything about this flower?
No, my child. Nothing at all.
You're lying sometimes, Father. It's a sin.
I could, but I think I have more to gain from a subtle strategy.
Yes.
I'll keep it to myself for now, until I know more about this church.
Yes. Good thinking, Kathy.
That's all I need for now, Father.
May the Lord shine his light on you.
And also on you, I suppose.
A bunch of red Bibles stacked in neat rows. I really shouldn't. It's an altar. You know, the place where they put the sacrificed goats, kids, and other crap. Impressive window. There's no doubt about it. Those are the smoky lights.
Interesting.
Could lead to a sacristy or a closet of some kind.
Can I just... I feel I kind of shouldn't.
Locked. Could lead to a...
Right.
Locked.
Maybe that's all for here.
Isaac Price. Hello, Isaac.
I'm all ears.
I don't need to...
Right, let's
That's
just...
all I need for now.
May the Lord...
go talk to my grandmother again. I think. Or should I go to the sheriff? Let's go to the sheriff. Ask about the art theft. Hello, Lenny.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
Right.
I don't need to ask. Nah. Do you know anything about a weird bald guy dressed in red around here?
You're joking, right?
Nope. Oh, never mind.
But
do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
Not really, Kathy. Sorry.
Fair enough. But the art
Nah,
theft.
I don't want. Well, gotta
see ya.
Oop.
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kat.
Do you know what this is?
I have no idea. Looks creepy, whatever it is. Where did you get it?
Grandpa had it hidden away in the attic.
Probably for a good reason, then. Be careful out there.
I will be. Do you know flowers?
Hey, Lenny, do you recognize this flower?
Yeah. I accidentally inhaled pollen from one of them when I was a kid. I remember being sick and delirious for days.
Scary. Where did you come across this flower?
Somewhere in Conwell Woods. Not sure where exactly.
All right.
Good.
I probably shouldn't. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Alright, the actual sheriff then. I don't like you, you don't like me.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you a few more questions?
If you must.
Do you know anything about a weird bald guy dressed in red around here?
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay.
Never mind.
Fair enough. Do you know
Do you
Jimmy
know
Cochran?
who Jimmy Cochran is?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't need to ask.
But the art
Do you
theft.
know anything about the art theft in the Wade estate?
Yes, Mr. Wade phoned ahead about
that.
Lenny!
Lenny!
Yes, boss?
Get the report from the burglary in the Wade estate back in '86?
On it, boss. There you go, Kathy.
Thanks, buddy.
Right. 11th of March, 86. The alarm in the Wade estate is triggered. The house is empty at the time and the neighbors contact law enforcement. This was at 1 a.m. and then at 2 a.m. officers arrive at the scene. Several broken windows can be observed. A sweep of the estate and surrounding premises reveals no trace of the perpetrators. 2:20 a.m. A single witness, identified as Franklin Goldfarb, reports seeing multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime. The following day, 12:15 a.m., Charles Wade arrives in Conwell Springs to make an official statement. After examining the house, he reports that paintings with an excess value of $15,000 have been stolen. And then, on the 26th of April, oh, I see, this was a month later. Anyway, the art in question has not yet popped up in any circles that are known to deal with stolen goods, terminating investigations due to lack of leads. So, let's talk to the witness, Franklin Goldfarb.
I gotta find this Goldfarb guy. Maybe he knows more about the burglary.
It's time for the phone book at my grandma's place. Let's first ask
Hey, Lenny.
Lenny.
Hello, Kath.
Do you know Franklin Goldfarb?
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar, but I can't place him.
Well, gotta go.
See ya.
I also want to ask the sheriff about the picture.
Hello, Sheriff. Do you know what this is?
It's just some kids playing pranks with flashlights.
Grumpy? Do you know anything about flowers, Sheriff?
Do you recognize this flower?
Matter of fact, I do.
Oh, really?
It's a local endangered plant with mild narcotic properties.
Yeah? Have you come across any users in the area?
Sure, but it's a bit tricky to do anything about it. Using it as a substance is technically illegal.
Ah, So, the illegal part is picking it in the first place.
Yes, knowingly picking the flower is a crime, according to the Endangered Species Act of 1973.
Gotcha, thanks.
I didn't expect this much useful info from you, I must say.
I'll hang on to it.
Franklin Goldfarb.
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Never heard of him. Anything
Really?
else?
That's all for now.
Good.
Right. Let's go to Grandma's place and check out the phone book.
Various notices.
Find Franklin Goldfarb. Let's ask her first of all. Hehe, dollar horse.
This paint looks fresh. Cute red horse. It's some old Swedish thing, I think.
Indeed it is.
Oh!
Hello, Grandma. Franklin Goldfarb. Also Jimmy Cochran.
Mind if we talk?
Not at all, dear.
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is? He was a friend of Grandpa's.
I believe he teaches at the flight school these days.
Does he?
I don't think so, at least not anymore. I was told he was placed in a mental facility.
Really? He always struck me as a kind man. Maybe a bit nervous and on edge, but not crazy.
There's more. I found out that Jimmy asked Grandpa for help not long before Grandpa ended up in that wheelchair. Jimmy sounded really desperate. I'm sure what happened to Grandpa that night had something to do with his cry for help.
You should go find the man then. Surely he must know something.
Tomorrow.
That's the plan. I just wondered if there's anything else you think I should know about him.
Not really. We haven't stayed in touch since Joseph was injured. I know that he had a wife, Agatha, and a son, James. Agatha passed away from cancer years ago, but as far as I know, James still lives in the city with his family.
Okay, thanks, Grandma. I don't see a reason to ask her.
Okay.
I don't see a...
Really? I do, but Franklin
Does the name Franklin Goldfarb mean anything to you?
Oh, that poor man. He used to be an upstanding citizen, you know. Now he's constantly drinking and keeps babbling
Oh, I
on
see,
about that
it's
imaginary
Cooper.
acting career of
I did
his.
suspect this, but...
Sad thing. Do you know where I can find him?
He's homeless, dear. Lost his job a few years ago and never really got back on his feet.
Okay, now I know who you're talking about. Thanks, Grandma. Looks like I'm gonna have to have a chat with Goober.
Yes.
I don't want to show her.
Okay.
Well, gotta go, Grandma.
Bye, Kath.
Can I review my notes?
I need to talk to Jimmy.
Jimmy Cochran.
So, Goober's real name is Frank.
Let's see if Jimmy is in this phone book.
I already know that Goober is... No result for... Nah.
Sorry. Okay, let's go talk to Goober then. Goober. That would probably be the last thing I do this stream, basically. I'll play until the end of this day. Is he still at the clinic then? Hello, nurse.
I need a word, Miss Mendez.
Wait, how do you know my name?
It's written on that board behind you, genius.
Yes.
You have the eyesight of a bald eagle or something?
What can I say? I'm a freak of nature. What happened to Goober, anyway?
Who?
The guy who had the seizure?
Oh, he ran off somewhere. Kept babbling about a religious near-death experience.
Okay, thanks.
Church it is then. lighter. Come on, Goober.
Goober, the friendly bum in denial.
Indeed.
Hello again, Goober.
You again? Are you stalking me, girl? You pop up everywhere I go. I'll try to tone down the charm, but I can't promise anything.
Huh, yeah, you're quite the charmer.
I know. I just said that, man.
Listen, I feel kind of bad about the electrocution.
Oh, that's what it was. What a cherry on top of my stellar performance.
Yeah, it was pretty convincing.
So what brings you to the house of God? Come to repent?
I'm afraid that ship has long since sailed, buddy. I had a few things I wanted to ask you about, though.
Shoot, Missy!
I don't need to ask.
Franklin Goldfarb.
Your real name is Franklin Goldfarb, right?
Oh, nobody calls me that.
Regardless, I know for a fact that you were a witness to a burglary a few years back at the Wade Estate.
Yeah, what about it?
Why don't you tell me what you saw exactly?
I heard the alarm go off, glass breaking, then I saw 3 guys running away, carrying a bunch of stuff.
3 guys?
What did they look like?
It was dark, I don't know, they were definitely 3 big, bulky guys. They
what?
Oh, nothing, that's it. Didn't see anything else.
You kinda did that.
Bullshit, spit it out.
Well, one of those guys dropped his ring when running away. I sort of pawned it.
A ring? What kind of ring?
Platinum with an inscription. 2 letters, B something. Man, I don't remember. My photographic memory stopped working in 1979.
Which pawn shop was that?
Pete's Pawning and Plumbing. It closed down a long time ago, though. Owner left town. There's a coffee shop back there now.
Too bad. Guess that's a dead end. Thanks anyway.
B something.
Didn't I see 2 letters fitting that description recently? Not on a building. It was something small.
Some lighter.
I should probably confront him directly. Did the inscription on the ring look anything like this?
Wow, actually exactly like that.
What? But I've had this lighter since the start of the game.
Any idea what BH stands for?
Haven't I?
Beehive? Bet high? Big head?
Didn't I have this lighter? Where did I steal this lighter from? Oh.
Do you recognize these men?
That's your granddad, right?
Yeah. What about...
No idea. I think my face blind.
Okay.
Okay.
I already asked him about that. I should look into the ring with a B followed by another letter.
It's a
Didn't
BH.
I see 2... Okay.
See ya!
Let's ask Isaac for a BH then.
Hello, Isaac.
I'm all ears.
Do you know what BH means? It's inscribed on this lighter.
Brazil.
I'm sorry, but no.
Haven't I been here? What? That's a weird deja vu.
That's all I need
isn't
for
it?
now.
May the Lord shine.
It's the Swedish word for a bra. BH. Means bust holder. Anywho. That's Oscar grandmother. I thought it was... I don't know. I can't remember where I got the lighter.
Oh.
Maybe this is a game you should play through in 1 or 2 days, really, but
Mind if we talk for a bit, Grandma?
I couldn't play tomorrow because
Not at all, dear. What's on
it's
your
a bank
mind?
holiday, so I might just stream again. BH, Grandma.
Do you recognize the acronym BH? It's on
It's
Dad's
on
lighter.
Dad's lighter.
Yes,
Yeah.
dear. It means the Black Hats. They're those ruffians on motorcycles whom your father associated
I
with.
see.
Oh, his biker gang. That makes sense.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
I refuse to talk about those hoodlums. They turned your father into a horrible person.
Okay.
You should stay far away from them, Kathy. They're awful people, just awful.
Fair enough.
Well, gotta go.
Bye, Kat.
Fair enough. So my dad was part of a biker gang. BH, the Black Hats. Let's ask the sheriff. He should know things about them. Maybe Lenny, but Lenny probably doesn't. But
hey,
we
Lenny.
can ask Lenny first.
Hello, Kathy.
The Black Hats.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
They've caused us trouble from time to time, but they've been kind of quiet lately. We put a few of their captains in the slammer over the years, but we never managed to find enough dirt on their leader. Bo Brunson. Big Bo.
Do you know where I can find them?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just find a map.
Got it. Thanks.
New location.
Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Bo Brunson.
That must be the
Grumpy Sheriff.
Hello, Sheriff. Mind if I ask you...
The Black Hats.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
Why, you care to join? I'm sure they'd be real impressed by your big bike, but that's a man's club.
Let's just say I have a healthy curiosity.
I'd say your curiosity borders on mental illness. You have a death wish? Bikers don't mess around with little girls.
You gonna help me or not, Sheriff?
Not really. Go bother Lenny with it.
Fair enough.
That's all for...
Good.
I'm first of all gonna try to call ahead to Bo Brunson. So I'm gonna go to my grandma's place before I go to the Black Hats. I feel it's good to announce my intentions before going there and getting shot or worse, expelled.
Nan.
Oh well, I can't search freely, so let's just go then. To the biker gang. So the biker gang. Was my dad involved in this robbery? Right. Right, maybe be careful, Kathy.
Sweet butt incoming!
Like hell I am. I'm nobody's property.
You sure? Doesn't she look like a sweet butt? Little slut? I think she does.
No.
Step off, creep.
Or what? You tell your daddy on me?
Or you'll be scraping your balls off the floor, you fucking pig.
Oh, I love it when they play hard to get.
Let go of me! God.
What the hell's going on out here?
Nothing, Prez. Just having a bit of fun with this gash here.
Goodness.
I suggest you leash that dog of yours.
For fuck's sake, Prospect, not again. Get the hell out of here.
Sorry, boss, I'll go. Fuck, that hurt, you cunt.
He'll be disciplined for that.
Good.
He better be. I take it you're Bo?
I am. And who are you, darling?
Kathy Rain.
Kathy.
Bullshit. She lives in the city with her deranged mother. Who are you, really? Did the Vandals send you?
No, they didn't. I am Kathy Rain.
Prove it, then.
Well, I would, but I left my ID back home.
That's convenient. I think I've wasted enough time with you.
I got a lighter.
I need to figure out some proof. This proof enough for you?
I'll be damned. That's Brian's lighter, all right. Sorry about the paranoia. We've had some problems with the Vandals lately.
I get it. Can't be too careful.
So, that's your ride out there. Corley Motors, right? 78?
76.
76.
You got the same taste as your old man. He always rode Corleys.
Probably the only thing he and I have in common.
Did you set up those mods yourself? Looks custom made for your, small frame.
Yeah, took some time to get the measurements right.
I imagine so. Girls like you don't often ride heavy bikes.
I'm not most girls.
Ain't that the truth? Most girls don't just waltz into places like this either.
I guess you'd know. Anyway, I had some questions for you in the club.
Go ahead, then. Your old man was a good brother, so I'll indulge you for now.
But I tread a bit lightly.
Do you know anything about what happened to Joseph Rain in 1981?
No, we had our differences, me and him, but that's a horrible fate for a man. I'd rather be dead than a vegetable.
So I take it you and him didn't get along.
No, I could write a book about that man. On one page I'd praise him, on the next I'd want to smash his skull in. He could be a real self-righteous prick when he wanted to, that's for sure. But everyone knew he was the real law around here. Truman was a tool. I respected Joseph, and he respected me, but he hated how Brian looked up to me. Joseph always blamed the club for the path Brian chose in life, even though it was just due to him being a shitty father.
You seriously thought Grandpa was a bad parent?
Everybody knew about it. People just tend to forget the bad qualities of men in wheelchairs. Joseph wasn't a saint. He saw everything black and white. He was only kind to whomever he considered to be good by his narrow moral standards. The ones who wouldn't fit in that small mold didn't get any chances. None whatsoever.
What can you tell me about the Black Hats?
Black Hats MC was founded in the 60s by my old man, my uncle, and 2 other local bikers. Conwell Springs is the mother chapter, and we have support clubs in 6 other locations across 3 states. There's a total of 16 members here, 12 patch, 4 prospects. I'm the acting president of this chapter as well as of the whole club. Have been for more than 15 years.
The law give you any trouble?
It used to be tough when your granddad was around. He and Truman ran a tight ship.
And now?
Now they try, but Boyks and the boy are a nuisance at best.
Okay.
Do you know anything about Lily Myers?
Nothing that anyone else around here couldn't tell you.
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
Do I look like a pious man to you? I've peed on churches.
Sure you have.
This may be a weird question, but have you ever met a bald man dressed in red?
I've made a few bald men red. That count?
Do you know who Jimmy Cochran is?
No.
I'm just saving the art theft to last because, well, it might offend him.
I don't need to show. Hey, Bo, any idea of what this key opens?
You ask weird questions, you know that?
Yeah. But
do you know what this is?
Whoa.
What? Do you recognize that?
I saw one of those with my own eyes a few years ago.
Really? Where?
Middle of the woods, on the road to the city. Those things came from nowhere and gave me this crazy headache right on the plate in my head. At the time, I thought it was just a nasty case of migraine.
You have a plate in your head?
Yeah, titanium from a shrapnel wound I got in there.
I see. Titanium isn't the least bit magnetic, is it?
How the hell should I know? I'm no scientist.
Do you remember where exactly on the road it happened?
No. Like I said, I dismissed it as a migraine. Didn't pay too much attention as to where I was.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Do you know anything about this flower, Bo?
Do I look like a florist to you?
You look like a
drugger. A little bit?
Crack me up, girl.
Right.
Tell me, how long have you been the president of this club?
15 years now, give or take. VP for 10 before that.
Good. Then you can tell me why you stole Lily Myers' paintings from Charles Wade in '86.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'd recommend you be careful with wild accusations like that.
Oh, cut the bullcrap. I know it was you. I did some digging and found evidence pointing to the club.
Is that so? Better be a good girl and present it to the sheriff then.
I couldn't care less about ratting you out, Bo. I just need to know what you did with the art.
I have no intention of discussing your delusions as if they were facts, girl. Don't make me tell you again.
I don't need to.
Okay, then that's all, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna hit the road.
Right on. I have some business to take care of, but make yourself at home.
Cheers.
Thanks, Bo. See you around.
Hey, Brian's girl.
Yeah?
I overheard you. I'm Emmett.
Hey.
The boss man isn't usually that grumpy. He's got a lot on his mind. But I think I may know of a way to loosen him up.
I'm all ears, buddy.
Well, Bo and Brian are the double Bs, as we used to call them. They used to have this drink together. Brian came up with it. He called it a Bloodier Mary.
Sounds like my kind of drink.
Yeah, it's basically a Bloody Mary, but with pig blood instead of tomato juice.
I take that back. Gross.
What?
I'm kidding. It's just a Bloody Mary, but with a special ingredient added
flower.
to it.
If you say that special ingredient is blood, I will literally punch you.
No. Brian refused to tell anyone what it was. He only made it for special occasions. It's probably something uncommon, like a rare herb or some kind of expensive
Definitely
spice.
the flower. Yeah.
So let me guess. If I can produce this drink for Bo, you think he would help me out?
It'll make him remember Brian, which should go a long way. He hasn't had that drink since your old man disappeared. Brian was like a son to him. The boss would have died for him back in the day. If you could recall the good times with your father, he might change his mind.
I guess it could be worth a try. Wait, why are you helping me?
You're Brian's kid. That means you're family. We take care of family.
Well, how was that drink compared with a regular Bloody Mary?
Tasted a bit more like pepper and had a punch to it. It usually gave some pretty nasty hangovers. Oh, if you had a lot of them, you'd hallucinate some crazy shit. Pretty wild.
Let's go pick that flower then, shall we?
You're welcome, darling.
Don't call me darling.
Impressive bar. Various pictures and mugshots of the club members. Some of them look pretty old. This club must have been around for a while. Emmett. He has a patch on his jacket that says Vice President. Hey, Emmett.
Yeah?
Remind me again.
Tasted and if
all right.
Anytime.
Alright, bartender.
He's the
Hello.
bartender here. Hey, bartender. Do you have a...
You need a Bloody Mary?
No.
Afraid not. I can make you regular.
Maybe later.
All right, then.
Not sure where that leads. I used to be a bit of a pool shark. Been a while, though.
Hello, bike.
A member of this motor. I'd rather just talk. A member of...
Ashtray. Framed photo.
My father's in one of these photos. I'm barely resisting the urge to rip it to shreds.
What the f... An ice cream van just pulled up outside.
100% country music. Be still, my heart.
Right.
100...
Oh, come on. Here we go.
Whew, out of order, my...
Good. Sorry, I missed that twice because I clicked. Now, let's go pick that flower, shall we? Illegal as it is.
Sorry, endangered flower, but I really need to make a drink.
Yes. Right. Oh. Alright, Bo. I'm gonna make the Bloodier Mary.
Hey, Bo, I have...
I'm listening.
I don't have any more questions. Do
I
you
should give it to the
recognize?
bar. All right,
Ride safe.
Bo Brunson. Hey, bartender.
You need a...
No.
Afraid not. I can...
Maybe later.
All right, then.
I think this is what...
Yes.
I'd like a Bloody Mary.
Coming right up.
Oh, and add this, will you? Just something I like for flavor. Put it in a blender.
Whatever you say. One Bloody Mary. Enjoy.
A Bloodier Mary.
Thanks, buddy.
The club will cover that, Jose?
Sure thing, VP.
Thanks again, Emmett.
You got it.
Here's hoping it can make Bo. It's for Bo, not me.
Let's give it to Bo then.
Hey, Bo. I've got something for you.
I recognize that smell. You found your dad's recipe.
Something like that.
Man, is this a trip down memory lane? I keep expecting Brian to walk in here any second. You know, all this nostalgia is making me remember how much I really owe your old man.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, so here's the deal. In '86, Carl, my VP at the time, came to me and said he had a job lined up for the club. Some guy had offered him good dough for stealing a bunch of paintings from a mansion. He needed 2 brothers for the job. I was busy with other things at the time, so I gave my permission as long as the club got the usual cut. He returned a week later with a nice wad of cash. I didn't realize it was Wade he had knocked off until I read the paper. If I had known that, I'd advised against it. Wade is a powerful man with friends in city council. There's no reason to piss him off.
Got it. So, what do you know about the guy who hired you for the job?
Not much. Carl said it was some bearded preacher.
Oh, really?
Whoa, Isaac from the Church of the Holy Trinity?
Could be. I don't know who that is. It was a priest. I know that much.
Thanks, Bo. I'm gonna follow up on this right away.
Really?
That's it? You're not gonna ask me about what happened to your old man? Not even curious?
I couldn't give 2 shits about that asshole.
Bullshit. Don't expect anyone to believe you're that angry with someone you don't give 2 shits about.
Either he's dead or he abandoned me. Do any of those options look appealing to you?
They don't, but you should know that no one from the club had anything to do with it. I meant it when I said Brian was a good brother. He had no enemies here. Not then, and not now.
Comforting to hear, Mr. President.
Shut up and listen, girl. I'm trying to tell you something. Brian used to talk about heading to Mexico, about riding off into the sunset and getting away from all his newfound responsibilities. And I think part of him was serious. You deserve to know that there's a chance he's still out there somewhere.
Sure. Let's hope that bastard is living it up somewhere.
Just take care of yourself, you hear?
You too.
So our dad might be alive?
That day went by fast. I think I'm gonna ask if I can stay the night at Grandma's.
Yes. Sounds reasonable. Hello.
Hello,
Hey, Grandma, it got kinda late. Would it be okay if I stay the night?
Of course, dear. Have a seat. I'll make you something to eat.
No, thank you.
Oh, you're the best. I'm starving.
That night, Kathy dreams.
Do you see? You are both unwanted, both discarded.
Sorry?
Good. Lick the flames, buddy boy. Lick the flames and feel the hatred burn.
This is flippin' odd. Very odd. Oop, the Red Man. September 28th, 1995.
Lily's painting, burning, and the kid from the cemetery. It's gotta mean something.
Did you see the Red Man out the window? Anyway, I am gonna save this game. And then I'm gonna quit the main menu. Because this is great. Really good game. I'm having lots of fun. But now it's been 2 hours, 20 minutes, and it's time for me to do other things. I might play tomorrow again, actually. We'll see. And well, because it's a bank holiday, which is lovely. Oh shit, I didn't take any screenshots. Oh well, I'll manage. Yeah, so this is exciting. Our dad might be alive. We've learned a lot of stuff. And it's getting exciting, yeah? I really like this. It's a proper mystery. I have some thoughts. But they keep changing. I thought the church wasn't responsible, but now I think maybe the church is responsible. He's definitely lying about some things, that preacher. Well, not telling the truth anyway. I mean, the whole truth. And also this thing with the paintings now. We shall see. Anyway, that's enough for the second episode of Kathy Rain. My hair is a mess. But yeah, I'll be back soon. Hopefully sooner than expected. So yeah, alright. I'll see you soon. Bye.